My. I got to start with my before I even start with my hello. All right, let me get to the hello. Hello, welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show where sports and culture connect. All right, my. The Indiana Fever has pulled out all the stops with an incredible upgrade with incredible plans for a new sports performance facility. This thing, y'all, it is just, well, my. What does this kind of investment say about the organization, the Indiana Fever? Well, let's get to it. Look at this beaut right here. This is an official release with the headline, Pacers Sports and Entertainment unveils plans to build world-class $78 million Indiana Fever Sports Performance Center. This news comes out today. Look at that right there. Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to get into it, but I'm going to jump through some of the information about the arena and the dimensions and where it's going to be exactly and all this stuff. I'm going to skip through that. Look at this. And I want to go to what does this kind of investment? I believe I just read that they had just had a renovation in 2020. And this is slated to be something you can actually touch in 2027. But let's talk about what this says about the organization. I'll start there because I think that is so important. Listen, if you have not seen the video I just put out on 6.5 reasons why the Indiana Fever is positioned to be the envy of the WNBA and a player magnet, go check that out because it does figure in to all of this. All right, before we get into details about the facility itself, other than what I shared with the headline, let's talk about what this says about the organization. I'm going to read this here. It says, with the goal of Indianapolis becoming the epicenter of women's sports, this world-class sports performance center will be the preeminent place for players to train, recover, and push their boundaries. I love it. Remember, I'm an author of a book called Push Your Way to Purpose. Push their boundaries. This is from Mel Raines, who is PS&E CEO. Went on to say it's a game changer. A game changer, excuse the pun, I will add, in terms of providing the ultimate player experience. The ultimate player experience. And we can't wait for our team to reap the benefits of having an exclusive, unparalleled facility designed specifically for them. And that word unparalleled reminds me to get my ticker going here because I use that word in here. Okay. So let me go back to the article here. I want you to notice I'm a word person. I was an English teacher, writer, speaker. I love words. And notice what they say here. The goal is that Indianapolis will become the epicenter, world class, okay? Preeminent, pushing boundaries, ultimate, unparalleled. This is serious terminology here. They're not joking, but I guess we knew that when we're talking about $78 million. I'm going to skip down. What else does it tell us? It says, this elite training center is a reflection of our organization's ongoing commitment to ensuring that our players have the highest level of resources to be what? Successful. That comes from Kelly Krauskopf, president of the Fever. She went on to say, as we look to the future, the focus of creating, let me hit this future. That's important. The focus of creating a first-class player experience. That's the second time they use the word experience, designed exclusively for women athletes will what? Set us apart. I'm going to stop sharing and then I'm going to come back to this. Set us apart. This is what this says about this organization. The Indiana Fever does not see itself as run of the mill, as just one of a group, as just another team in the WNBA. This organization sees itself as first class, world class, building for not just now, for the future. This organization sees itself as I just read, set apart. Think about, I hadn't read this yet, but I just put out a video in which I said that the Indiana Fever is positioned to be the envy of the WNBA. That I had the plan to put that video out last night. I had set the plan to put that video out today. I didn't even know about this announcement that was coming. I keep hitting my microphone here, so if you hear a thong, that, on the playback, you know why. Well, I didn't know any of that, but I could see, for the 6.5 reasons I gave, that this organization thinks differently, has a whole different mindset, a whole different culture. So when I put out the video like I did yesterday, when I was talking about Kennedy Carter and I was talking about the culture, and people say, well, there's more to culture. No, not if you want to be first class. Culture makes a difference across the board. It makes a difference with who's on your team. It makes a difference what you're willing to tolerate and not tolerate. It makes a difference with who you bring in to coach, to advise. It makes a difference with the facility you want to have. It makes a difference. And what I hear from this team and what I see backed up by action is first class, set apart, looking for the future. Success is the bottom line, and making your players feel special makes a huge, huge difference. Now let's go back in and look at a little bit about the facility. Not going to say a whole lot about it because I'll put the link in the description. You can read it yourself. I'll tell you a little bit about it, and then I'm going to jump to something else that is also important. So here's a look at that again. And look at that. Look at this. Okay. Wow. And here. All right. So let me go over just a few things. It says that they have plans to break ground this summer for this. Construction of the 3-story, 108,000 square foot world-class training complex is expected to begin in August, this coming August, 2025. And open before the 2027 WNBA season. So obviously it takes time to build such a facility. Okay. So the campus, it says the center will be a part of the PSNE campus and connected by Skybridge to the Virginia Avenue parking garage and Gamebridge Fieldhouse. You got plenty of time to figure that out. PSNE owner Herb Simon issued a statement and said, we're excited to partner with Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett to identify the perfect location for the Fever Sports Performance Center. And the city of Indianapolis continues to be a tremendous partner as we elevate our team, players, and community. Another beautiful word, elevate. All right. So what else does it say? The center and amenities will be designed to address the specific needs of female athletes competing at the highest level, including performance and conditioning, recovery and rehabilitation, mental health and wellness, lifestyle support. And I don't want to read all this, but this is worth mentioning. The facility will have best-in-class amenities, including 2 regulation-size courts, see there, with natural light, There will be premier. I love these words that they're using. They're telling you that they're not joking. Premier strength and conditioning equipment, yoga and Pilates area, hydration station, full service kitchen to help players recover and recharge. This facility will offer a spa-like retreat with massage, infrared light therapy, sauna, steam, heat studios, float tank, and multiple hydrotherapy pools. There will also be a private outdoor courtyard, mental performance spaces. There will be a hair and nail salon. Oh my, you got to have some folks in there that know how to do that. Yeah. I guess they're going to be putting them braids in too. They're going to be they're going to be very ready for whatever they need, whatever the hair needs. So they got the hair and nail salon, childcare spaces. Okay, now they don't mind the children there. Take note, aces, take note. Haha. Well, I better say it because of the alleged discrimination against Erica Hamby when she got pregnant. But I digress. Childcare space, podcast and content production studio to support player lifestyles. My goodness. So, is there anything else I want to share? Well, I guess you can go to the link and you can check out whatever you need to check out. Yeah, I'll stop right there. This is so interesting, and the announcement is the timing of it is also extremely interesting to me. Obviously, tomorrow, January 17th, the tip-off, the debut of Unrivaled. And one of the things I've heard people talk about over the last day is if Unrivaled and the WNBA will be in competition, because Unrivaled seems to impress those who are part of it with the facilities, with what they have access to. And I've heard people wonder, are they going to be able to coexist? Is this going to be, are they going to benefit each other, or will Unrivaled sort of make the WNBA look like it needs to step up? Well, the Indiana Fever says, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but we got this thing here together. Okay. We are not on the low end of what's going on in the WNBA. But let's take a look at some comments that Angel Reese had made about Unrivaled. Angel Reese said about Unrivaled, we get to work out, use the weight room, create new bonds, friendships, get treatment, get massages, use the sauna, get 2 meals a day, and then a facial before I leave for the day. Yeah, I love it here. And there's the crying emoji and the heart and hashtag Unrivaled WBB. And then she added, oh, and trust me, a lot of these things will be in Chicago this year as well. And then free agents, she put there. Sounds like a little bit of shade. And I saw something where she is quoted as saying, everything I need is here, from massages to cold tubs to being able to have resources to workouts and everything. This is an article on Talk Sport, and it went on to say the 22-year-old issued a slight jab to the WNBA for the difference between her facilities in Chicago and in Miami, as she listed all the great features that she's currently using with question marks at the end. And of course, that's what I just showed you there over on X. So back to what I said, where I hear people are saying, will Unrivaled be a rival to the WNBA? Is Angel Reese putting out a statement like that to say to the WNBA, you better step it up? I don't know. Or maybe that's just the Chicago, but I know Indiana is not about to be one of the teams that can look and say, oh, look at what they have in Unrivaled. We don't have nothing. Look at what they get to do. Look at the facilities they get to have. That's not happening in Indiana. Once again, I just put out a video where I talked about why the Indiana Fever is positioned to be the envy of the WNBA. Kudos to Unrivaled for what Unrivaled gives to its players, and major kudos to Indiana, because that facility sounds like it is going to be amazing. And the description of it tells me they're not playing around. And the reason for it, they want Indianapolis to be the epicenter of women's sports. They want something exclusively for women. They want you to know they believe in you. They're willing to invest in you. I've always said it, not even talking about sports. My profession has been as a teacher for 20 years, and then most recently, journalism for 11 years. And I can just tell you, people respond to the way they're treated. Facilities aren't at the top, but when the other stuff is on the up and up, that's just gravy. And that's some seasoned gravy right there. Okay? That's some good stuff. So, really exciting. The timing of the announcement I find exciting also, as Unrivaled is tipping off. I want to say kicking off, tipping off on Friday. Well, so good. The envy of the WNBA, I'm telling you. What do you think? Get in the comments. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly. And if you haven't subscribed to the Adrienne Ross Show, what you waiting for?